Hey guys, and welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. So today I really wanted my husband David to be on this video because he's a huge part of our little bedtime routine. But his work has been so crazy. He has been on the phone. He's still working from home, which is such a huge blessing, but he's been on the phone since like 7:30 this morning. So he will not be in the video. But today I'm going to be talking about how the two of us tag team bedtime for River. So honestly, the first like 4 to 6 weeks, there was not much of a routine. It's really hard for especially the first 4 weeks, to have any sort of a bedtime routine, just because sometimes there feels like there's no rhyme or reason for when they want to sleep, when they want to eat. So I would say like right at 6 weeks is when we really started trying to implement a routine for him. And let me just tell you, that boy loves a routine, especially at bedtime, and it has made a huge difference. He is sleeping more than he ever has. So I just don't change it. We do the same thing almost every single night. So with that being said, though, I learned really early on that I definitely needed David's help. There are some nights where he has like a softball game or going to dinner with friends, and I do it by myself, and that's fine. But I think early on, I was trying to do everything myself. I don't know if it was because I knew he had to work the next day and I didn't want to bother him, but I quickly learned that he wants to help, and it's really important for River to have him a part of his bedtime too. And B, I was getting burned out because I wasn't getting like any me time, even like 20 minutes. So that's why it's really important to ask your partner to help out sometimes. So I think we've got a pretty good routine down. So I'm excited to share with you guys. So first things first, River's witching hours, what they call it, basically like when he starts getting fussy for bedtime, which we didn't know what that was early on. It starts around 5:30, between 5:30 and 6 normally, depending on if he gets a later nap in the afternoon. But like early on, we didn't know that like right when he starts fussing is when we needed to start his bedtime. So like, oh my gosh, we went to the beach within the first 4 weeks of him being born, and we tried to go to dinner one night when he was being fussy, and it was just frustrating for us, for him, like, because he was tired. He wanted to go to sleep. I'm crabby when I'm tired too. So we now know that like, at least for this time in our lives, we're just probably not going to be able to go to dinner, and that's okay. We do a lot of dinner dates at home, like after he's gone to bed. So that's okay. We know it's for a short period of time, but so anyways, around 5:30 or 6 is when he starts getting fussy. And we learned that he loves the bath. Like, if you're one of my close friends, you've probably gotten a video of him in the bathtub, because it is honestly hysterical. For 10 to 15 minutes, he goes crazy, kicks his legs, he's laughing, like he literally wears himself out. So we do that every single night. I know some people are like, you don't need to give him a bath every night, it's going to dry their skin out. He's fine. I don't bathe his head every single night because his scalp can get dry, but we do lavender Jergens soap, and it's supposed to be calming. He literally loves to be lathered up. So, and the warm water is supposed to just calm them down. It doesn't look like it's calming him down in the moment because he's going crazy, but I really do think it like gets him in the mode for sleep time. So that as soon as he gets fussy, we put him in the bathtub and we keep him in there for 10 or 15 minutes. So this is where we tag team sometimes. If I wanted to get a workout during the day and I wasn't able to, either because he didn't take a long nap or whatever, sometimes David will take over bath time, and I'll just go try and get a quick 20-minute, 30-minute workout sometimes. And that's super helpful because sometimes if it's been a tough day of him being fussy, I just need to decompress at the end of the day and just get a little sweat on, and then I feel like a new woman. So that's one way that we just tag team that. And then after I do a workout is usually when he's already out of the tub, and David will get him dressed for bed, get him swaddled, turn the dehumidifier on, turn his sound machine on, just kind of get him in the mode for bedtime. And then I come in and I will nurse him. Even if he's just nursed recently, I just always try and feed him right before bedtime to get him really full so he can sleep as long as possible. And then I rock him for like probably 30 minutes. So there are nights when if I did work out in the day, like I'll do bath time and David goes and works out. So that kind of changes each day based on, like what we got done during the day. So after I nurse him and I rock him, I usually rock him for about 20 minutes at least until I get a burp out, which I talked about in the last video, or one of the videos. Then I lay him down. And after that, my wonderful husband, he loves to cook, and either I come out after putting him down and we cook something together, we do a lot of HelloFresh meals together, or he's already made dinner for me, which is like, I can't even tell you. Like sometimes I'm back in that room with him for an hour nursing him and rocking him. So to come out and smell dinner is so amazing. So then we'll eat dinner, and that's kind of like our little dinner date. I usually try and spend at least 45 minutes to an hour with David because sometimes I don't, like when you have a newborn, there's not a whole lot of time to spend with your significant other. So that's kind of like our time together. And then I go to sleep, and sometimes this is really early. Sometimes it's like 8 o'clock, but I really try and sleep like when he sleeps because you just never really know if he's going to be like up in the night. So this is where we majorly tag team it. So David is a night owl and I am not. My bedtime has been 9 o'clock pretty much since high school. So when I go to sleep at 8 o'clock or whatever time it is, David takes over the monitor. And since he's normally up anyways, either playing music or watching TV or whatever, he watches the monitor for me because sometimes River will just like stir and wake up and he just needs this pacifier put back in. Like it doesn't need to be me going in there necessarily. He's not hungry. So until about 11:30 or whenever David goes to bed, he's watching the monitor and he takes care of River so that I can get at least like 3 hours of sleep, which 3 to 4, I mean, it's been mostly like 4 or 5 hours. He goes on longer stretches now, but that is so huge for me, just knowing that like when I lay my head down, I am going to get a solid like 3 hours of sleep because David's watching him and he's going to be covering it if it's anything, if he needs anything. And there are several times that he'll have to go in a couple of times and just rock him back to sleep or pop his passy back in or whatever. So, that is a huge help for me. And then whenever David comes in, he always sets the monitor on my bedside table because whenever River does wake up, like, midnight on, it's probably because he's hungry. So that's when I get up and I feed him and take care of all that and put him back down. Recently, he's only been waking up once in the night, which is like, I mean, I can do that all day. I could literally do that for the next couple of years if I have to. It's just when he wakes up like 2 and 3 times, which is kind of rough. So that's just like, I know that seems really simple, but early on, like I said, I didn't really ask David for a lot of help. But let me just tell you, even for him to watch the monitor in the first couple weeks, babies eat every 1 to 2 hours. Even if I just got 1 hour of sleep and I just knew that he was watching the monitor, like, I think as a first-time mom, you're just really anxious every time your baby's sleeping because you think they're going to need something for you. But, like, having a partner that you can trust and know that they're going to take care of your baby while they're asleep is huge. And even if you don't have a partner, if it's your mom or your dad or a sibling or a friend or somebody to watch your baby, like, I think that's really important to have, at least for your sanity. So that was pretty much it. That's our bedtime. It's really working out. People may not understand. I think sometimes people can get frustrated when you're not able to go to dinner or do anything past a certain time. We just recently had to miss a birthday party for a family member, but we just told them I'm sorry, this is River's bedtime and we don't really mess it up. We don't really interfere with that now because it's working for us and it's not going to be forever. So with that being said, ask for help and you're doing a great job, Mama. And that is it. Thank you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thanks.